Today on UinFO News, we report on a leaked memo sent by Canadian Parliament member Larry McGuire to Canada's Defence Minister Anita Anand. The memo, which appears to be authentic, specifically references Canada's own UAP recovery program and indicates that the country is part of a 5-nation alliance which likely exchanges information about recovered materials of unknown origin. In other news, George Knapp, the investigative journalist who broke the story on Area 51 in the 1980s, supplied incredible testimony involving Russian military encounters with UFOs to the Congressional Subcommittee hearings on UAPs. This is UinFO News. The age of disclosure is here. This is UinFO News, keeping you informed. Welcome to UinFO News, your source for all the latest UFO and UAP information. I'm your host, Tony Shara. Thanks for being with us. Let's get started. A memo written by Canadian Parliament member Larry McGuire and leaked online by the podcast Weaponized appears to confirm that Canada not only has its own UAP recovery program, but their Defence Minister Anita Anand may not be aware of it. The memo, which claims that Canada's DRDC, the equivalent of the U.S.'s Advanced Weapons Development Program, DARPA, is, quote, in possession of recovered UAP material. The memo also indicates that Canada is part of the FMP, or, quote, Five Eyes Foreign Materials Program, which is an alliance between Canada, the U.S., the UK, Australia, and New Zealand, and is currently believed to be involved in the sharing of knowledge derived from UAP material recovery programs. A spokesperson for Canada's Defence Ministry Office confirmed that Minister Anand received McGuire's memo, but denied that the DRDC or the Canadian Forces Intelligence Committee is involved in any UAP recovery programs. The existence of this memo, which is now confirmed to have been written and sent by Larry McGuire, provides further proof that other countries besides the United States likely have their own UAP recovery programs, which supports the astonishing claims made by former U.S. intelligence officer David Grush during the historic congressional UAP hearings last week. A 4-page statement written by investigative journalist George Knapp and supplied to the Congressional UAP Subcommittee has been released. Knapp advised committee members that he had been invited to Moscow in 1993 and, while there, met with a high-ranking Russian official named Colonel Boris Sokolov, who investigated UAP reports over a 10-year period. In his statement, Knapp said the encounters described by Sokolov were, quote, alarming, and he was told of at least 45 incidents involving Russian warplanes engaging with UFOs, chasing them, and in some cases, even firing at them. Most of the time, the UFOs simply sped away at high speed. But in at least 3 cases, Russian warplanes had crashed and 2 pilots were killed. Knapp also claimed that Sokolov shared a terrifying incident about several UFOs which suddenly appeared over a Russian ICBM nuclear missile base, performed incredible maneuvers in front of stunned eyewitnesses, and took control of the missile launch system. The missiles, which were aimed at the United States, suddenly entered a launch-ready state, and base personnel were unable to stop what could have started World War III. Then, as quickly as they appeared, the UFOs shot away at blazing speeds, and the launch control system shut down. Hopefully, Knapp's statement has a chilling effect on subcommittee members, and it leads to further public transparency regarding UAPs. On the next episode of UinFO News, in the coming days, NASA is expected to release a report from 16 experts and scientists about unidentified anomalous phenomena and what steps the agency can take to identify the nature and origin of UAPs. UinFO News will cover the highlights from NASA's report as soon as it's released to the public. You'll also hear about an incredible high-resolution video that was recently filmed in Nevada of a fleet of UAPs which flew silently over several stunned eyewitnesses on the ground. That does it for this episode of UinFO News. I want to thank you for being here as we cover the latest UFO and UAP developments. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified of new episodes. And visit us on the web at uinfonews.com, on Twitter, and follow us on social media. I'm Tony Shara, and this is UinFO News, keeping you informed.